Hey there, my name is Anthony Romano, and I'm going to tell you about how your body makes energy on keto and why it makes energy better on keto. So I'm going to try to make this video quick and scientific. Basically, at the most general level distinction, you have fats and carbs, okay, as two energy sources. And with fats, so keto metabolism, you're going to be on a much more stable energy if we had to graph your energy. With carbs, your energy is going to be going up and down, and so is your appetite following along with that graph. Carbs are an emergency energy source, and they're made to be burned when we're being chased by a lion or a bear. And this is why whenever we have life or death, fight or flight situations, we have cortisol spiking and carb energy being used. So you might be thinking, okay, so I'd rather use carb energy, but there's a more optimal balance here, okay? So fats are able to handle basically 95% of your activities in the day. And even though they burn slower, they're a powerful energy source, okay? With carbs, they are also powerful, but it's even more powerful to have a great combination of the two. And keto fat adaptation basically allows you to have a great combination of the two because you're able to use fats more effectively, but also carbs. I'll explain this later on. So, with, actual creation of energy, this comes through the Krebs cycle. You might have heard of it. And if you're somebody who's studied a lot of science, you'll be very familiar with it. So basically, your body's going to create ATP after converting all of your food that you've taken in, basically your energy, into acetyl coenzyme A. So it takes it, converts it into acetyl coenzyme A, and then starts the Krebs cycle, creates ATP. Excuse me. So, with fat metabolism, actually, let's start with carb metabolism. With carb metabolism, your body has to turn this glucose into something called pyruvate, and then into acetyl coenzyme A, and then start the Krebs cycle. With fat metabolism, your body actually skips that step, and it has one less step to creating energy. So in that sense, it's smoother, but it also creates a lot less oxidative stress and free radicals in your body. Think about it. You're skipping a step and creating less waste. So this is also part of why the energy of a fat metabolism is smoother and also more powerful in some ways. Additionally, because your body has a much more, greater ability to use ketones for a variety of functions. Your brain can either be fueled by carbs or fats, basically, but when you're on a ketogenic diet, your brain can use up to 80% of its needs, 75 to 80% of its needs from ketones. And your body will create the small amounts of carbs that we need for your brain and for your body through not even eating them. So the way this comes out is through a process called gluconeogenesis. So this means creating new glucose. And this is what a lot of people are often afraid of when they're eating protein, large amounts of protein on keto. They think it's going to make them, not burn as, it's going to kick them out of ketosis. But gluconeogenesis is a part of this, and it's like a necessary part of holding things together. It creates small amounts of glucose for you to store into your muscles. So you always have that reserve tank that we talked about with carbs. You always have that little bit to put into your max bench press. You always have that little bit to basically give you the kick you need, and also then you just have a much more stable energy source holding you down throughout the rest of the day. So this is the dynamic that I'm trying to talk here about with this balance between fats and carbs. And when you're on a carb metabolism, you don't have this balance. You simply have carbs running the show. You don't have the optimal balance between the two. When you're fat adapted, which takes place around after a month of doing keto, but maybe even longer depending on how your body reacts to it, because it's unnatural to you, even though it's natural in our body, it might take a little longer than a month to get adapted. But once you're there, you're going to use carbs more effectively and fats. You're going to use them both better and the way they were meant to be used. So we need carbs, but we don't need to eat them. Our body can make them. And from there, we always have a certain amount of this fast, quick energy to call upon whenever there's a dangerous situation, or if you're in the gym and you want to crank out a couple more reps on your, 4-rep bench press, whatever, a heavy lift, right? Basically, So you have the ATP benefits of keto. You also have the understanding of fat and carbs and the difference between the two. And then you also have the fat metabolism and how it allows you to have an optimal balance of the two. So this is what I'm preaching for. And this is all science. I get a lot of people saying, oh, give me the studies. Guys, this is fact. We know that the Krebs cycle doesn't have to create pyruvate with a fat metabolism. We know these are things that are actual proof and facts of the human mechanics. So that is what I try to run the show with here on my page. And eventually down the line, I would like to get more fat adaptation studies in place, and I'd like to play a role in that. But right now, I'm just trying to build up the page. So if you'd like to support me, click the little notification bell and subscribe to my page. Also, leave a comment. I'll answer you. I answer everybody, even if you're chirping me. And if you want to join my 60-day keto transformation challenge, rules should be in the description. Thanks for watching. My name is Anthony Romano. Peace.